you noticed that you have something on your
On the right, it
on
says
the right.
private chat. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll send the link over there. I'll go to the page that's streaming.
Okay.
Oh, and I'll send you the link as soon
All
as I
right.
get it.
Awesome. Okay. Cool. So yeah, I'm just putting up my Telegram app
Cool.
and yeah, WhatsApp.
Oh my God, you're such an expert now. It's so not you.
This is actually the first. I can't use this when I'm teaching my English students because it's too trippy.
It's too trippy. You're like, it's like the devil teaching the students.
Come to the dark side. Should I change the color?
It's like
Should
Lucifer.
we change the color?
Yeah, dude, I can change the color, bro. Like, check this out. Check this shit out, bro.
Love it.
Boom.
Ah, okay.
Look and
You know
make
what
you
you
look.
can do?
Yeah.
Now I'm like,
What you can do? Get a diffuser, man, so that
It
so it's
diffuses
like,
to the whole like.
yeah, I can diffuse it naman. Masyado bang bright?
okay, you can.
No,
Hindi
no,
naman, hindi
no, it's
naman.
okay. It's actually
It-
you look angelic now, Paolo. I think you should stick to blue for now.
Dude, I can make this thing strobe, man. I can
so
make this
people will
fucking
trust you.
strobe. Yeah, the violet thing was like fucking Darth Vader's or like fucking Sit.
Gamer.
Shadow Sit.
Oh, you got the link na. The link's there. I just
All
copy
right,
pasted on
dude.
your
Share mo, Cams.
I will share.
I'll send the link to your WhatsApp, Cams, so you can just use your phone to share it.
No, well, I have my WhatsApp.
Share it to your groups and stuff.
Paolo's so cute. I also have a WhatsApp on my desktop, Paolo.
All right, guys, we're
Paolo.
All right, yeah.
set.
Wait lang. All right. Okay, good. Let's go.
Good to go.
Cams,
All right,
shared it with you.
It's about.
Here we go.
Woohoo!
Yeah. Okay. Hey there, welcome to Istoryang Futbolero. Good evening to everyone who's here in the Philippines, and for our international viewers, good morning and good afternoon, wherever you may be. Thank you so much for watching. My name's Ron Poblete. I have a special guest for tonight. This guy enjoyed himself too much the last time.
Oh yeah,
And
sure, man.
so he obliged and he decided to join us tonight. Si Paolo Soler.
Yeah. What's up?
Prime time,
I'm on
big time
gamer
Paolo
mode.
Soler.
I'm on
main
gamer
man.
mode, as you can see.
Yeah, I can tell.
Sorry.
It-
I can't get over it.
And Cams is joining us as well, friend of Paolo.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, Cams.
Hi, Cams.
Hi,
Thank
Paolo.
you for
Nice to see you guys here.
gracing us with your beauty here, because most of the
Oh,
time
thank you.
we have male guests. So it's great to have a female guest to join us on Istoryang Futbolero. As you well know, the name
Yes.
speaks for itself. Karamihan mga futbolero ang sumasali dito sa our co-hosting the blog. And a few of my teammates from the Ateneo Football League, the Alumni Football League of
nice.
Ateneo,
Nice.
set up this blog last year when the pandemic started. So that's how.
Yeah,
Just a brief
that's a good idea.
introduction.
The birth.
The
The
birth.
birth.
We celebrated
The
our
birth.
first
Oh,
year, April 29. So it's been a
See,
year
that's-
since we started this. Huh?
Yeah, that's crazy. You know, it's congratulations, Ron. I've known Ron.
Yeah,
Cams,
seriously.
I've known Ron.
Oh,
For a
Mika.
long
Mika's here.
time.
Mika.
Oh yeah. How can you see?
Comments.
Yeah, the messages
Paolo.
are there.
Click on
The comments. So first of all,
Oh.
what we do here is we greet the early birds like Julio Trenta. Good evening po sa
Good
lahat.
evening.
Thank you, Julio, for watching, and Ronan Diet. And of course, your friend, Mika Mitra.
All right,
Yes,
hi, me.
Mika.
All the way.
Hi, Mika.
She's coming
All the way
all
from
the way
where?
from
Palawan.
El Nido, Palawan. Yeah.
Chris is here
So
too.
she's another Manila girl who decided to move back out of Manila and live in the province with her family, dude. Yeah, so
Well,
there we
they're
go.
they're gonna enjoy our topic for Istoryang Futbolero tonight because it's because of you, Paolo. Paolo suggested that we discuss the practicality of moving to the province. If you're from Metro Manila, you've been used to the the hustle and bustle of Metro Manila. With the pandemic, things have changed, and circumstances have been very difficult for some of our friends, and they realize like moving to the province is like the logical thing to do at this point of in time, diba? And there's just so many beautiful places in the Philippines. We just fail to recognize that because we're just used to just be. Alam mo, marami ako mga friends na taga Manila kasi pag pumunta sila ng probinsya, nabobore sila or parang masyadong mabagal yung buhay. Pero ngayon, I think it's about, it came to that point where, you know what, I don't mind the quiet or how slow the pace is to live by the beach, which is always a great thing, right? Cam?
Yep. Yes.
Okay, Cam. Okay.
I'm agreeing to that 100%.
Yes. First of all, Ron, let me give you a little bit of background. It's so crazy how everybody is moving to the province, right? Like lahat ng tao lumilipat na sa province dahil it's either they, can transition to a work from home status, right? Or they're filthy rich and they don't have to work and they can just go, Mom and Dad, punta muna ako sa LU, di ba? And just spend the rest of the lockdown there. Of course, unlike us, where we actually have to make an honest living, like me and Cams, we transitioned to online. We transitioned to online work. Like I started teaching English online, and Cams, you just started your you teach Brazilians how to speak English, right?
I teach the teachers. Yeah, it's different.
Oh, okay. Whoa. Yeah, so Cams
in
teaches.
Brazil,
She's like a level up than you, Paolo.
Oh,
wait.
Always.
Yeah. So she's Jedi Master.
Jedi.
So she also earns a lot more money than I do. No, but more amazingly, Cams is actually on Live It, right? Live It. Can you explain that, Cams?
Well, Live It is a streaming app. I think it's fairly new. I'm not really sure yet, but I think they've only been 3 years in operation, and I just recently got contracted to streaming, live broadcast.
You live stream, right? You live stream like a couple of hours a day, and
yes. Starting is like 2 hours a day because that's the only time I could give to it. But now I'm streaming for longer hours because people are starting to come in to the stream and they chat you up and they make you sing more. So I totally enjoy it. So that's really.
So there you go, man. So see, she's a perfect example of one of the many. I think they're probably in the hundreds now of people from Manila who decided to leave their expensive condos in the city and just go move to the beach, find like cheap affordable accommodations, and install fast internet. Actually, a lot of resorts have converted to sort of offering long-term stays in their areas. Like I think in La Union, definitely in Liuliwa where Cams is. So yeah. So Cams, share with us share with us what made you decide to join the Exodus. Yeah.
Yes, please. What is the origin story of Cams? How did this come about? You moving to the province or moving to the beach?
It's really a funny story. It's a very long one, but I got locked down here. Because Paolo and I actually were organizing a festival. And the night before our festival was when the president announced the lockdown. So I got stuck, basically. And I did not regret it because I enjoyed myself really well here. Paolo was already telling me that I would get bored, but I didn't. I didn't get bored at all. I loved it. I loved the whole peaceful, no distraction kind of lifestyle. That's what made me decide to just go for it and just stay here.
Before you knew it, it's been a year already since you left Metro Manila.
No. I got locked down here. I stayed there for about 4 months and a half. And then I went back to Manila. I went back to Manila with already the decision to move back here. I went back to basically just finish everything that I needed to finish and sell whatever I need to sell and just come back right away. Yeah, like it took me 6 months, but I'm here now for good.
So
and I
like,
don't regret it.
what's it? So you had what about that transition, dude? Are you like, what kind of accommodations are you staying? Are you staying in a resort or did you find your own place?
No, I found my own place. I actually found a 3-bedroom house.
3-bedroom
and
house. How? That's big. That's huge.
It's huge.
And
Yes, I had it's a
you don't have to
500 square
reveal.
meter.
Okay, you don't have to reveal how much you're paying exactly, but just give us an idea. Is it more than 15,000 pesos a month or less than 15,000 pesos a month? Are you cool to say that? It's a
Yeah, yeah,
three-bedroom
yeah.
house.
It's a 3-bedroom house. It's less than 15,000 a month.
There you
A
go.
lot less.
There you go.
Yeah,
guys.
15,000 pesos for a 3-bedroom house.
Less than.
Cam, what's the thought process here? Obviously, it's a very serious decision to move or to relocate or uproot yourself from Metro Manila. You're used to the lifestyle here, although it's quite different now because not any you can't really go out anymore like before,
Yeah.
and whatever it is that you used to do that involves socializing with other people, it's not the same now.
Yeah.
When you decided that you're going to move to whatever province that you're in right now,
Sambales.
Sambales.
Sambales. Yeah,
I mean,
Liwa.
what went in, what did you think about it like the whole day? Did you sit down and say, you know what, I should have,
No,
so you
not
just
at all.
really
Right away, I just decided to go like, forget Manila. There's nothing there. I'm just gonna be here because I found peace here, and it's very difficult to find that. Like
so you were there,
it's
you
just
found
like,
you were stuck there, not
yeah.
because of it wasn't really your choice to stay
No, it
there.
wasn't. Yeah,
And then
at the
you
beginning.
realize that this is the place for me. After a while,
Yes,
staying in
yes,
Zambales, you thought, I think I should consider staying here permanently. And then you
yeah,
went back to Manila, got all your
yes,
stuff, and then
yeah. Actually, okay, you know
drove
what? There
back.
was a thought process that was involved. I remember now because when I went back to Manila, it made me realize the stark difference between the lifestyle, and how expensive it is and how much I was spending in Manila for useless things, really.
Mm, mm.
Like I was wasting so much of my money. I was working so hard, but not being able to save so much because I was just, just too many things going on in Manila. Here, there's no distractions whatsoever. I'm more productive. This is for me. I mean, it is for me, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people like that as well who will, appreciate that kind of lifestyle.
Okay.
Peaceful,
Okay.
no distractions, no boys to look at.
No,
Just
boys are like,
Okay. So
we can see Pao the intent. Definitely was there enough to move, or she really took the challenge and said, probably I should try this out without even thinking about it that much. But
oh,
all considerations aside, because one of the most important things is when you move to the province, especially
yeah,
if you're working online and that's going to be and you decide that that's going to be your bread and butter. If you're going to
yes,
work, if you're going to relocate to the province, did you
yes.
research first on whether or not you have ample internet
that's a good
connection
question. Yes,
Very
in
of
the
good
course.
province
question.
before moving to Zambales?
Yes, of
Did you
course,
study
of
this
course.
first?
Yeah, of course. Actually, I didn't have to study it. Remember, I got locked down here for 4.5 months, 4.5 months, and I had to communicate everything online. And yes, it is. It is we have very ample fiber internet connection here, and it's actually helping me with being more productive with my work here. Seriously, it's really,
Yeah,
yes. I research about
we
it.
can tell you don't seem to have any problems with our
No
streaming, so
lags,
you're
nothing.
fine.
Yeah,
Because our friend,
yeah,
we have a former colleague of ours who joined the program a few
yeah.
weeks ago, and
Hmm.
he lives in Puerto Princesa in
Yes.
Palawan. Grabe, sama ng kanyang internet connection.
They have bad internet there.
Yeah, they have
I'm
bad internet.
surprised.
So
Well,
if
here's
people
the
are decide,
Surprised.
yeah, go
Here's
ahead,
the
Pao.
thing, dude. Sobrang sakto yung timing ng Zambales, especially Liuliwa, and also Cams is in the barangay where the famous surf spot is, Liuliwa. It's called Santo
Really,
Niño, right? Barangay Santo Niño.
Santo Niño, yes, that's right.
Sakto lang, Ron, because now there's actually a local internet service provider that offers broadband cable, and then like Cams, I think meron na bang Converge dyan?
Yep, there's Converge here now too.
See, so
So it's
sakto yung
getting
timing
better.
because we were known to be. I mean, Liwa was known to be like the really bad internet place. Like even data for Globe isn't the best, right?
Right.
But if you go to the beach, it's actually malakas, diba? Sa beach
Right.
mismo. So
You know what's the weird thing is that the mobile signals are the one that's really bad, but the internet, no problem.
No problem.
No problem. It's really just like for calls, it's a bit of a challenge.
Because I don't know if you
But,
know this,
you know.
guys, but there's a statistic that recently we just found out that Filipinos use the internet or social media I
way
think
too
More.
much.
way too much. We're like top in the world. 10
We've
hours
always
a day.
been.
We spend
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
we spend like 10 hours a day on social media.
So
Oh
we're
my.
I've never heard that. Like we're the
Oh my
worst.
gosh.
I mean, we use the internet the most, dude. Like that's
Yeah.
for real. Wow.
Yes.
Okay, well imagine
I'm not
this: if you go to
surprised. I'm not
if you guys
surprised.
go to YouTube, if you've watched or stumbled upon a reaction video, because people love reaction videos, right? And most of the time, if you have like a foreign act or somebody who wants to gain more followers, what they would do is react to a Filipino artist or
You know
a
what do
Filipino
they call
singer.
that, bro? What do they call that? That is it's a form of baiting. It's a form of baiting. Yeah, they have a term for that.
Right?
Yeah, like you'll notice there's a lot of people making people in wherever state they are in the United States try Filipino food. You know what I mean? So they know that
Like,
they're baiting the Filipino audience because they know
Yeah.
it's massive, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, we're
I
bringing in the
think
audience. That's what it is.
yes.
And if you right, and if you
I've
monetize
noticed
on
that. I've
YouTube,
noticed that on Live It as well. Like it's mostly Filipinos in there streaming and following others. It's like a massive community, Filipino community on Live It right now. So if you want to get followers, the best thing is to cater to the Filipino audience. Actually,
that's
so
right.
yeah.
So
it's
if
really
you
like
if you
everyone's
suck
online.
big, so if you suck big time and Filipinos don't appreciate your content, forget about it. No one's
You,
gonna
you,
watch
go-
it.
you
Well-
go to the
Your
next
channel.
steps. Yeah.
Well, that's the beauty. That's the beauty of streaming for people who have talent, right? If you can sing or if you can play an instrument, and you know,
Yeah.
that's why Camps is making a lot of money doing that. Like, you know what I mean? So, yeah, congrats.
There are a few foreign bloggers who decided to stay here in the Philippines.
Wow,
What are the names? There are two couples who
I've seen
from-
those. I've seen a bunch of
your-
those, man.
Remember those guys? Those two from the UK and then another two from Austria, and they're now permanent residents here in the Philippines. They decided to relocate here because the audience is here. So if you just
Okay.
you go to
That's
what they would do is they would travel the Philippines, right? All the different islands of the Philippines, and they would vlog the beach about the beach, and then
The Philippines,
they
yeah.
would get so much traffic to their Facebook or YouTube channel, and
See,
and
See,
I
those-
think they're
the
making enough
resources,
money
man.
to afford to actually buy a condo here, to
Right.
get a car here, and they made a living just traveling all over the Philippines. So Pao, you're a surfer dude, man. This is something that should come off natural for you.
Yeah, well, in our day, Ron. Actually, in our day, titas and titas, I used to do TV. You know what I mean? I did two travel shows. I did a sports show, Game Plan. Like only we would get that, right?
Yeah.
So,
I remember.
yeah.
So like it's crazy how now everybody can be their own producer, and if you have like the drive and you want to travel and you can actually take that, you know what I mean, and put it online. It's just that now mas marami ng competition, diba? So, you have to like make yours really good. The quality has to be so good that you'll attract that large.
Audience.
So you just have to do it, man. So parang si Cams, remember Cams, when we would talk about like your move here, you always said, Pao, I really want to move here. Ilang months mo sinabi yun, and then until one day you just told me like, Paolo, I found a house. Found a house.
6
I'm
months,
ditching this. I'm ditching this concrete jungle.
Is it easy to find a house in Zambales? Was it?
I'll tell you this.
Find a decent
not at
place
all.
to live? Okay.
No, it took me 2 days. I just sent the word out, and in 2 days, this house was presented.
Diba? Solid,
diba? Is it the
Three-bedroom house.
Is it the same deal? Did the landlord make you sign a contract and then you had to like deposit 2 months of your?
Yes, you actually have a contract.
Yes.
You have a contract?
Years.
5 years?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Wow.
Oh, wow.
I'm really staying here for good. Hi,
Renee says, Miss Camellia is so pretty.
I know
pretty.
her. I love you. I miss you.
Hi, Renee. Yeah.
Hi, Renee.
I miss her.
We have some
so-
YouTube viewers as well who's watching Istoryang Futbolero on YouTube. Christina Gontinas, good evening
Hi,
po sa
Christina.
Istoryang Futbolero. Thank you so much for watching. Si Danny L. Just let me know if these are your friends.
Oh, Danny, Danny's a friend. Yeah, Colin as well. Hi, guys. Hey.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
No,
They're part of the community.
This may seem like a very casual conversation about moving back to the province, but it's really an important move or important thing. You can actually contribute to the issue of Metro Manila being too congested, right? Government has been encouraging people to move back to the province. You know how it's been, right? Like for years, for decades, people from the province would go to Metro Manila because they think they'll earn more money here. But the problem is once they get here, the opportunities are not as many, and then they end up like doing menial jobs, and then they live in the slum areas, and then that's where we're at right now. Congestion is pretty bad. And with the pandemic, we realized that because it's so congested, we have like high density areas in Metro Manila. The spread of the virus has been the Metro Manila being high density is also the main reason why the spread of the virus has been a lot worse here. So, the government has been encouraging people who have the means or who have options to move back to the province to do so. Kaya meron tayong parang BALIK PROBINSYA program that Senator Bongo, I think, initiated last year. So, Cams, you followed suit. You did your thing.
Oh, I did.
And for some people, it's really an option, a huge option. Did you leave family behind here in Metro Manila, or you have family in the province?
I have family everywhere in the Philippines, actually. But yes, my mom and my dad and my sisters chose to stay in Manila for now, but they are coming here when the lockdown is over. The second lockdown. The plan is to move them here because it's just a lot more safer here too. You're right about the congestion. You're right about the high density area. And
what about safety? How is COVID there?
Safety.
In San Felipe, right? San Felipe, Zambales. How is the COVID situation there? Like, is there any news about people getting COVID or wala?
None whatsoever. So we're zero COVID cases here.
Wow.
At least as far as I know. I've been keeping track, so it's zero. We hardly need to use our masks when at the beach, of course. But when we go to town, we still follow suit. We wear masks. We still I decided to buy cleaning machines when steamers, and offer it as well to the resorts now too. So I have my mini business here as well going. But yes, we follow. Yeah, we follow hygiene. We follow cleanliness now. We follow wearing masks. And yeah, it's been so far. It's
Camps is so madiskarte, Pao.
Yeah, like Cams used to check this out. When I knew Cams, Cams was always like, she was a night owl in Manila. Like she'd always
yes, like
be in
that was part of my
Makati,
job.
Poblacion. You know what I mean? Hanging out, just being the typical Manila lifestyle of what do you do for fun? You go hang out with friends in bars, spend so much money on overpriced drinks and really expensive
Right,
food.
right, right.
So
Overpriced drinks.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
now, what would you exchange all that? Well, we'll call it like luxury for paradise, right? Because like where Camps lives in Liuliwa, it's definitely so beautiful there. Like
It is.
compared to La Union, since marami nang nakapuntang La Union, di ba? If I was gonna compare it, Liuliwa is basically like Poblacion on the beach, or like basically a lot of small hotels or resorts, a lot of small restaurants and bars. Everybody has, and these are people who migrated there from, most of them actually from Manila. Actually, you know what I mean. So before the pandemic happened, when the pandemic happened, yun na, ang dami ng lumipat. Ang dami ng like people who decided, instead of staying stuck in your room like me here in
Oh.
Manila,
Right,
and
right.
why not just live in the ocean? It's cheaper. You know what I mean? And so parang Ron, to be honest, like Camps is only one of the, maybe, I think personally, who I know, like maybe about 20 people who made the move.
Yeah,
So
I was
not
gonna say
everybody
about
moved.
20.
More people actually moved to La Union kasi nga masikat siya, di ba? And the people who are lucky enough to choose Liwa, I say lucky because La Union, although it's super awesome there and everything, Liwa has a special vibe. It's
Yes.
basically like pine tree forest on a beach run. No, I don't know if you've been there, pare, but like there you go. See all the pine
Check
trees.
it
Yes,
out,
yes.
man.
So you see all
That's
the pine
home,
trees.
guys. That's home.
Yeah. Yeah, so check that out. So you see all the pine trees, and that's Lahar, pare, from the eruption in 1991, yung Mount Pinatubo eruption that
That's
created,
Lahar.
yeah,
Yeah.
that created all these beaches. Dude, if you check out Google Maps, you'll see that south of this photo, pare, of this photo, that beach, just south of that is one of the major Lahar rivers that lead all the way to the main crater of Mount Pinatubo. So this is one of the major outlets that where all the Lahar went, and formed these beautiful turquoise beaches, turquoise waters and these long Lahar beaches. And sabi nila, Ron, sabi ng mga locals, posible daw na lahat ng mga trees na to, they're called agoho trees, no? They look like pine trees, bro.
Yes,
And
yes, yes.
the whole coastline of Zambales has them, all the way to Anangawang and even the coves. And parami nagsasabi na baka galing sa taas sa bundok ng Mount Pinatubo. Parang nadala siguro yung mga seeds or whatever. I don't know what the extent of the truth about how the trees were there, but
Oh,
it
there it
just
is.
Ron, it just gives you this super nice vibe na parang linagay mo yung forest ng Baguio dun sa beach, pare. So
Yeah,
super
that's
ano siya.
correct. Yeah.
There you can see the river. You see the north of the photo, the top of the photo. That's
yes.
the river. So that's the
So-
Bain Lahar outlet. Yeah.
So you have a river, and then you have this thick forest that surrounds it, and then you have the beach right
Uh-huh.
there.
Yes.
And,
Yeah,
and-
man.
and you have like good internet connection.
It's paradise. It's perfect.
Paradise.
And guess what? Like there are places in Liuliwa that are offering like they're offer like siguro nasa 18,000 pesos, air conditioned, and like with internet and with utilities na may mga options na ganyan, Ron, eh. But then if you move far away from the beach, the surf area, or like the main beach area, if you go into the town like what Cams did, dude, sobrang mura. There's
Yeah.
units there for rent that are like around 8,000 pesos, pare. And
Or
that
like-
doesn't come with utilities and internet yet. But dude, ang mura.
Or-
Tapos tuloy yung kay Cams, diba? Bahay.
2,500 or 2,500 pesos to 4,000 pesos a month.
Yeah.
So
It's
yeah.
is
so
your
fun.
resort something like this, Pao?
Actually,
If-
that's the Circle Hostel.
That's the circle.
And
Yeah.
that actually inspired me and my partners to sort of design our our place. Our place is called Liwalize It, right? So you'll notice that we also used native materials. We basically did what we call we kept it rustic, but a little more a little
A
more
modern rustic.
yeah, like we have air
Yeah.
conditioning. We have air conditioning. We made sure the bathrooms were super nice. So yung mga banyo namin, black tiles, DJ, di ba?
Galing,
So,
galing.
That's right.
so malaga ka. Rustic yet may konting pagka-luxury naman, di ba? So, if there's one thing kasi that I like doing personally is I can sleep anywhere. I'd sleep on the beach if I have to. But kailangan, kung solid yung banyo ko, sobrang saya ko na, di ba?
Ito talaga, this is Paolo's thing. He's
Right.
been teaching surfing for more than 10 years already. So this is something that a lot of people do in Zambales, di ba? Surfing.
Well, yeah, definitely because nga of the lahar, pare. So thank you to Mother Nature. May magandang lumabas dun sa napakasamang eruption na yan ng 1991, no? But now, kasi dahil sa lahar, like Zambales is now like really gaining popularity for being one of the premier surfing destinations. Because number one, the waves, look at the coastline, ang haba ng coastline na yan, Ron. Every town in Zambales is developing because of surfing, no? Like for example, you start off from the southernmost town, which is called ano yan? San Antonio. Yeah, San Antonio's the first town. Then yung mga Anawangin Cove. Anawangin is so famous now for people. They go to Pundakit Cove and they take this boat, and Anawangin is like a major tourist draw. But
That's right.
nobody, like barely anybody knows that surfers were the ones who found Anawangin because Anawangin has a really good wave there. You know what I mean? And then from that, punta ka north, meron naman San Narciso. San Narciso, pioneer yan sa surfing sa Zambales. I'm sure you guys have heard of Crystal Beach Resort. So that's owned by sila Mac Ramos, and like, dude, yun, sobrang solid din yung setup nila doon. It's the most professionally lifeguarded beach in the country. So ganun kastig sila doon. And then if you go further north to us, that's San Felipe, right? And that's where you have this beach town, Liuliwa. So this is like, I think, going to be the most popular part of Zambales because it's got so many different, small, what do you call this? Parang
Artisan
businesses
places.
there. It's
Yeah.
artisan places. There's like a place that's like by a river. There's a huge river run behind Liuliwa, right? And you can actually hang out there if you know the people who own the place. Like you can actually go there and pwede ka mag-swimming sa ilog. So sipin mo 5-minute walk from the beach, you're in a river, diba?
Yeah.
So super natural siya. And going back to what I was saying, comparing it to La Union, is yun na nga, parang mas nature feels sa Zambales versus the main surfing beach in San Juan, diba? So like that's one of the advantages of actually choosing Zambales, and hindi pa siya ganyan ka-developed, diba? So yeah, props to you, Cam, man. Like if I could go, Ron, pare, if I could drop everything and just leave. Because I go back and forth, diba? Especially before the pandemic when I was managing the place. Every weekend, pupunta ako. And ang mahal, pare, it's like 3,500 pesos siguro budget for gas and toll.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For a return
Plus
trip.
food.
So
How many
it's
kilometers is it away? How far is it from Metro Manila, and how long does it take? How long is a road trip?
Okay, it's about 170 kilometers. You can check on Waze. No, just type in
One way,
Just type in
170 kilometers one way.
Yeah, and it takes about this is as real as it gets. Like you're there in under 4 hours. Okay, and that's easy driving because you can actually make it in 3 hours. But if you're like just easy driving, not breaking the speed limit on the North Expressway and SC Tech, you should get to Subic in about 2 hours once you exit.
Okay.
But once you enter the NLEX on Balintawak, that's safe, like 2 hours. And then, depending if you make a stop in Subic or the drive from Subic to San Felipe should be just an hour. So kaya ng 3 hours yan, pare. But yun na nga, like if you're like me, I like to just drive slow and enjoy the drive. You know what I mean? When you do this a lot, pare, you just learn to chill out.
Yeah,
And it takes about 4 hours for me, man. Yeah. So
So Cam, how's your day like in Zambales?
yeah.
I mean, do you miss anything in Metro Manila? Like sometimes you wake up, oh man, so far. I wish I could do this, but it's not. They don't have anything like this in Zambales. First of
What do
all,
you miss?
what
What
do
do
you
I
miss about
miss?
about Metro Manila when you move to Zambales? Because it's the first thing that people
I
will
think
ask if they do
right.
decide to move to a place like
To
Zambales.
Symbolas. I think the only thing that I miss, or the only, are the people, my friends, really. But
Mm,
everything else, you can get it here. Everything that I need, everything that I want. Like just recently, like Paolo and his friends, like they came up with this great pizza that I can now order for delivery.
sa bagay, no?
So
I
I'm
mean,
not really like,
the first thing I say that you worry about once you move to the province is where to buy like stuff that you can't buy anywhere else because most of the things that or if you're into gadgets, the first
right,
place you think about when buying gadgets is Metro Manila because everything is here.
right.
But
Yeah,
since we have
so
Lazada already or Shopee,
Oh, dude, yeah.
Shopee, Lazada. Oh my gosh, it's
And you
so
know what,
convenient.
Ron? You know what,
So
Ron?
convenient.
Surprisingly, the delivery fee is almost the
It's so
same as in
cheap.
Manila.
what?
Exactly.
When you
It's
order
like,
from Shopee,
yeah,
dude, it's
55
yeah.
sur-
It's
bucks, 50 pesos,
no 60 to 70 pesos. It's
60, 70
just
pesos.
so cheap.
Not
dude, I
bad,
don't
huh?
understand the logistics, dude. But I got shocked
It's
because
really cheap.
our staff, and my friends, our friends our partners also run moved to Zambales and decided to stay at our place, right? And
Okay.
dude, they told me that they order stuff on Shopee and it's almost the same delivery fee. So that makes it
Eh,
super convenient, man. I
I
don't, I
but
I
really
I
don't
I,
understand.
I, I figured it out, Paolo. It's because
Oh,
remember, Spic is a port.
SBMA, that's right.
SBMA. So
oh,
it's
okay,
so cheap
okay,
because it goes straight to
okay.
SBMA, and
What? How?
I order something from Shopee. I get it in 2 days tops.
Okay,
It's so fast. It's so cheap.
it's no
It's so
different
convenient.
it's no different from living in Manila. If you
No
order
different.
something from Manila, sometimes it takes a week for the item to
Exactly.
arrive,
Right.
right? So
That- and,
Yeah.
and, and,
depends if the item is coming from Hong Kong or from China. So it takes like a week for it to
yes.
arrive here in the Philippines. So it's almost the same, you know, time frame.
Yes, not much different at all. The only thing that's different is just it's just a different kind of nightlife. If you're
Okay.
still, if you want the nightlife kind of vibe, it's different because it's more chill here, which I
Yeah.
Mm.
totally prefer nowadays, really,
And
because I get
I
to
can admit,
sleep more.
Cams, you exude chill right
I
now. I can
sleep.
tell that you exude chill.
You know what,
I
I
can.
Camps?
think it's too.
Like,
I think I'm too chill now too.
Camps, one thing also, Camps, why don't you share this? Because what I noticed also, Ron, I have to regularly come back to Zambales. Like I think now my schedule is once a month. Like I have to go and check out our place, and see how, just actually, I call it work, but it's just a really good excuse for me to leave Manila. You know what I mean? And the thing is,
Yeah.
it's a pretty, it's an expensive process. I have to have like a RT-PCR test and everything. You know what I
Mm.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's fast.
but what the cool thing is, I'm there to look at my business, and when I get there, I notice that not only are there a lot more people from Manila who've done the move that Camps has done.
That's right.
Um, it's like everybody's healthy, bro. Like all my friends who've moved there have
Everybody's
either like lost so much weight because
Without trying,
the food
just
that they're eating
healthier.
is
Yeah.
actually healthier because the market serves like the freshest vegetables and the freshest, real food. They're
so they're
barely,
more farm to market
Yes, farm to table,
places,
kind of like
farm to
it's
table kind
yes,
of establishments in
yes,
Zambales. That's cool, man.
yeah,
yes.
like
Uh,
you could go, instead of going to the market, you could go, if you wake up at around 3 or 4 a.m. You can actually go to the fish port in San Felipe, and then you can buy straight from the fishermen. And people wake up early now. Like Camps, although
Oh yeah.
Camps, but you have work at night, huh? Like,
Yes,
what's
I
your
have work at night, but I still. Well, it depends if I have class schedules. My work usually starts from 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. That's
hmm
Brazil if I have like a full schedule. But you see, Brazil is hit by the pandemic really, really
Oh
mm,
badly.
man,
mm-hmm.
yeah.
So my schedule is pretty unstable still, but it's okay. At least I have like in between days where I can go back to my normal sleeping habits,
Yeah.
which is very early. I can't help it anymore. By 7 p.m. or 8 p.m., I'm already yawning, and I'm like, I gotta go sleep. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
Even
Very
if,
interesting.
go ahead, Ron.
Yeah, sorry
Yeah.
about I hope you don't mind me deviating from our topic here, but I just want to ask. I'm pretty curious about about Cam's day job. Is it a day job or something that you do at night? So you have like teach English. You
I
teach Brazilians
teach.
English or
I,
teachers,
I teach. I
English
teach
teachers
teachers.
from
I've been
Brazil.
teaching. Yes, I've been teaching English teachers for 7 years now. Actually, way before the pandemic, I had been
Mm,
an English teacher trainer for English teachers from China, U.S., and Canada.
okay.
So the Brazilian education, there's an education company called EduSim that has contacted me to basically do exactly what I did for the Chinese company that I work for, teaching teachers. So basically, the subjects that we discuss in my classes are cognitive behavior, educational psychology, and SLA. So it's
Wow.
Wow.
So
it's
see,
really
she's a Jedi. I
interesting.
told you. She's
But
like,
but yeah, she's like superwoman.
she's Obi-Wan,
Superwoman.
dude. She's the Obi-Wan of
Obi
English to us.
One of English
Ah,
schools.
Going
Yeah,
back to
but
Ron's question,
now
what's your
one last.
typical day?
Paolo's excited.
Sorry, go. Let me just ask a second, what's your typical day? So you wake up at 6 to teach your first class. Then what
Okay.
do you do? Like, what does one do living next to the beach?
Wow,
Jeez.
a lot. If I get my classes start usually at 7 p.m. and usually ends at around 6 a.m. if it's a full schedule. But if I don't have a schedule, I normally sleep at 8. Okay,
8
and
p.m.
8 p.m. Yeah, 9 p.m. Yeah, around that time, and I wake up at around 5 in the morning, and I from Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I do boxing,
That's why she
yoga,
looks
and
so fresh.
calisthenics.
Boxing and calisthenics. Where do you do that?
Boxing, yoga, and calisthenics. So this place called Kwentong Dagat, you know where that is, Paolo, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Alex music.
Yeah.
So they hired this trainers that are not doing anything anymore because of the lockdown. So what they did was, just so they could continue the program and test their programs out, was offer the classes for free for the locals. So
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. So I'm taking advantage of it. I'm milking it because it's very rare to get something like that. But it's free now for the locals, and yeah. So I do Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, starting 7 a.m. till around maybe 11, just right before lunch. I do 3 classes: boxing, yoga, and calisthenics. And then on a
Mm,
Tuesday, Thursday, if my schedule allows, at 6 in the morning, we go jog that beach line that you showed us a while
Yeah.
ago, Ron. We jog
yeah.
until the Lahar and the river, and we swim back the ocean to
Wow.
Wow.
so
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 much fun.
fun.
it's
Uh,
so much fun. It's
Cam,
nice.
for those people who are interested in doing what you do, if they want to diversify, if they're looking for an online job teaching English,
Yes,
do they need
yes.
to learn a native language of the person they're teaching English to?
Well, you don't really have to be an expert on the language that they speak originally, but I would suggest they do still learn because that's where you get all the pronunciation challenges that the students are having. It's from
So
their
you can
first
speak
language.
you can speak Portuguese
A little bit, yes. Now I'm
a little
learning a
bit.
lot more about it. Yes, I'm
Oh,
I'm studying
cool.
words that they're having. Yeah, I have to. I mean, for me personally, it's a plus that the language that your student came from or originally speaks, or the first language that your student speaks, because that's when you can really explain a lot of things like how to correct them in terms of pronunciation at the very least.
So how's your
Come on,
That's
Chinese,
true.
pal? How's your Mandarin?
Well, you
You
see,
been
I
yeah,
cannot
ma.
speak. The only Mandarin
yeah,
I
ma.
know, the only Mandarin I know is Cheshire, which is thank you. That's like the only
Yeah.
Mandarin I know. But you see, I'm like a Padawan level compared to Cam's Jedi Knight status. So basically, what I teach is just luckily I teach pronunciation. So my
Yeah.
students already know how to speak English, and they're actually pretty advanced.
Mm.
And what they need to do is basically practice with someone, and I actually teach them how to correct their pronunciation, their accents, how to make it sound more American or British, what they prefer. You know what I mean? But like basically, it's super fun, and
Yes.
like what I like about my class camps is, for people who know me, like you guys, like I'm very alive, I'm lively, and for me, it's like I really get to have a nice hangout with
Yeah.
with my students. It's like I'm doing a pod class. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like what we're doing right now, but you're teaching them English.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. It's like
Yes.
that's not how you say that. That's not how you say that. You have to say it like this, and then I'll make them do songs. I'll make them do poetry, literature. I make them do like a teleprompter, a news teleprompter reading and stuff like that. So and amazingly, they're really learning, and I'm proud to say that I have one.
Amazingly.
Yeah, I have one guy
You don't even
that.
trust yourself.
Well, I've never done this before. So, like I got surprised that like I have one guy in class who's been with me for 4 months, dude, and he's really improved, from really sounding like native Chinese to, with the way he spoke. Now he's like really like confident with how he talks. He doesn't mumble as much, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it's quite rewarding, It's quite rewarding.
Yes, it
And
is.
yeah, I'm glad that I can take this job anywhere, dude.
Exactly.
You know.
I
So,
think
so
yes,
what do you do?
just sorry,
You, you,
God.
you
I
don't
was
have
just gonna say.
problem. You were saying, Cam?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Finish
No,
it.
I
Finish
was
your
I was
thought.
just gonna I was just gonna say that it's not that hard to find an online job for people that want to transition, being in the
Mm.
province or being anywhere aside from Manila. It's not very hard because it's actually there's a lot of demand for English teachers, and being Filipino, we're very good at English more than
Yeah.
in all honesty. So yeah, we are actually in demand right now.
You know,
So
people
cool.
might
I
want
think.
to know
Yeah.
though, Pao, Cam, compared to somebody working for a proper call center here in Metro Manila. Of course, they have like they pay, decent a decent amount for those who are for their first time work for a call center. I think the entry
Right.
level rate is okay. It's not bad. But if you do it on your own, like if you did teach, you decide to teach English as a contractor or somebody who's going to do it in at the comforts of your home.
Yes.
Does it pay good money, Pao, Camps?
Okay. Put it. All right. Let me share with you. Let me share with you how lucky I was to land this gig, right? And like Cam said, like initially I thought, man, like especially when the pandemic started, I was like, what do? I got to try to find work online. So you go on Google and you try, and then you keep on searching. And I guess it was this law of attraction thing that got me the job because I started asking friends, kept thinking about it. Just like every day I just asked people, and then I bumped into someone who said, look, right now it's actually saturated. There's like so many people teaching English right now
Mm.
because of the pandemic. And if something comes up, I'll let you know. And dude, a week later, I get a call from that guy, and he's like, "Bro, are you serious? Because if you are, you gotta tell me now if you're in or not. You have to commit." And I go, "For sure, dude." And in terms of pay, I teach surfing. I used to teach surfing before the pandemic. I used to teach surfing in a wave pool at Club Manila East. Right, I've been
Yeah,
doing that
yeah.
since 2009, 2008. Right, and it was my life. It was my thing. All of a sudden, that stopped. Then I get this gig teaching English, and I'll tell you guys this. I'll share as much as I get paid. I make 3 times the amount per class. So it's a two. My class in Club Manila is 2 hours, and I'm
Mm.
teaching in the water, out of the water. I have to like make sure that my students are safe. It's physical. It's a very physical activity, although it's super fun, but it's tiring. And I'm exposed to the elements. And now I have this thing where I'm sitting on my computer, hanging out with these cool kids from China, from mainland China, and I make 3 times the amount of money, bro. So,
Yes.
So not bad, huh?
hmm, I know. So
Not
like,
bad at all.
Exactly. So I wish I could actually get more classes because it's that good. It's that good a gig, and like it's crazy how someone like me who's never done online work before could land this gig. And now it's opening more opportunities, ideas. Like I've considered streaming, but the
I think
talent
you're on your
aspect.
way there, Paolo. Look
Yeah,
at your
but
background; it's beautiful.
well, I think I'm going. I told Ron, and the last time I guested on the show, I told Ron that I want to put up like my own podcast, and we had this conversation, Cams.
Yes,
Remember?
yes, yes, yes. That's
Yeah.
right.
Cam, if
So
you see,
Cams is a,
you
yeah.
if you've seen Paulo's initial guesting here on the
I
Story
did.
Futbolero, there's a
I
stark
watched.
difference between now and that
Yes,
vid and that streaming that video.
Yeah. Yeah.
aesthetically, yes.
Aesthetically, right?
Yeah.
I'm setting up. I'm gonna have like I already bought the mic from Shopee. I got the live stream little box, whatever you call that, mixer or
Stream that.
whatever.
Also, you,
You
you
need
Yeah.
you bought like a audio
a sound
interface
Yeah.
card.
now, so you have an
Sound
audio
card.
interface or a sound card.
Yeah, maybe a sound card.
Yeah, I
Little
think that's
box,
what it
little
is.
box with
Right?
sound card. Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you
and
have
then
a
you can
mic?
press a button and then people will
Yeah.
laugh.
Like,
Crazy. We do
Yeah,
have
you
so
got
viewers
like
here.
this one. Oh my God.
You have one. Yeah, I can see that you have a microphone there,
Yes,
Cams.
yes, yes.
yeah.
Marisol Gloriani says, "Hi, dearies. Good evening, Sir Ron Poblete, Sir Paulo, and Ma'am Maria
Sir
Camelia.
Ma'am, hi.
Hi, Marisol.
Hi,
Thank you so much for watching." And you have Edison Yee. It's great, really awesome to for doing frequent videos. Sadly, I cannot sometimes watch you live and participate in the comments because of poor network connection. So I guess we'll have to avoid where Edwin or Edison Yee comes from if you're in the
Where are
Philippines.
you from?
You
Where are
know, we
you
should
from?
like create a calendar and then we go by the number of what's this
Comments.
how fast the internet connection is. This location in Zambales, the maximum
Hmm.
speed is like 50 Mbps, something like that. There should be
Yes.
like a
Yeah. Like actually, we do that when we're in Zambales. We have that online testing thing, your internet speed, and then we're usually
speedtest.net.
yeah. So far, like so far it's been okay. Like this 40 Mbps that the local company's offering has been good. So
60 Mbps is.
we
So
got
it's
40.
60. How much is 60 Mbps in Zambales?
It's a little pricey because it comes in a bundle with like your
Pound.
cable. Yeah, so it's
Cable.
yeah. Like I'm paying about right now. I'm paying about 3,000.
Okay.
3,000 a month.
My connection
3,000 a month.
here in Metro Manila, PLDT fiber, it's 2899, 100
Yeah,
Mbps.
100 Mbps. Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's a bundle as well. You get a phone with that package. So
Yes.
it's
Yeah,
slightly more expensive.
Slightly more
province.
expensive. I think it's because of. I mean, it is the province, so you still have to pay for your lines if you're
That's
farther
not
away
converged
from it.
yet, though. That price is not
This
converged.
is the local. This is the local. Converge is cheaper for
There
100
you go.
Mbps. So yeah,
There you go, Ron.
Converge
So
you get for like yeah.
yes, so the current supplier is actually just a private local company, a small-time local company. So they don't
Right.
have the capacity to give higher internet speed. Despite that, it's been quite okay. I mean, obviously, Cams is using it right now.
I'm using
But yan na nga, medyo mahal siya, 3,000, and that's monthly,
Yes.
and that's
It's
for
monthly.
60 Mbps, right? And I think it's like 2.5 for 40 Mbps, which is what
2.5
we're
for
using
40,
at our place.
Right, 1,000
Yeah.
plus for the 20 Mbps.
But
which is
Converge is going to be much cheaper and much faster, I think, no?
yes.
So-
Cams,
I'm
I
switching to Converge.
I
Yes,
just
Ron.
hope,
Sorry.
I just hope you won't blame us if ever there's like an influx of people from Metro Manila moving to Zambales, and then it slows down your internet connection.
Oh no! I'll
Well,
definitely.
no, here's the
I'll
thing.
definitely.
That's actually a good point, Ron. Okay, let me tell you guys. Let me tell you guys why we're having this topic. Okay, we actually want that to happen, right? We actually want more people. We want more people to move to
Yeah,
Zambales
that's true. Yeah.
because if they move there, then Globe and Smart are gonna pimp up their internets, their
Yes.
data service. More Converge is going to extend their cables all the way to the beach so that us in the main beachfront areas will have also like that quality of internet. I mean, same for everything, bro. I went to Siargao. I lived in Siargao from 99. Oh, sorry, from 2001 to 2005, and it was terrible. Globe signal was terrible. Now it's picking up. Now they've got everything there. There's a pure gold that's being built in Siargao. You know what I mean? So yeah. So like
So
it happens to any place that develops. And what's nice is like all those things that you do kind of miss in Manila. All the good things that you miss in Manila.
They usually
You'll
follow. They follow
eventually will.
anyways.
Like we started serving legit brick oven pizza. I mean, we did that before the pandemic, and then it stopped for obvious reasons. And then now we decided to offer our brick oven pizza not to our what our main target market was, which was tourists from Manila. Now we decided to offer it to the locals, and this is something that never even crossed our minds when we started the business, early 2020. But like now we decided, hey, let's start marketing to the locals. We started advertising on Facebook, and just targeting like San Felipe, the neighboring towns, and we surprisingly did quite well. And now we're penetrating this local market, and everybody actually enjoys our brick oven pizza. You know what I mean? So like Camps is a frequent flyer. Yeah,
Loyal,
but like, but
loyal
not just us.
customer.
Not just us, Ron. You can go to a place that's called Agoho restaurant in Surf
Yeah,
Theory
Chase
Resort, and there's a Belgian guy who's been living in Liwa for how many years now, and
years now.
he's a baker, bro. So he makes like artisan gourmet bread. You know what I mean? Like you could get a sourdough from him, or you could get a
Yeah,
multigrain, and he makes
it's
really good hummus burritos too, right? So
just I don't miss any food in Manila because I get it here basically. That's what
oh
Paolo is
really?
saying.
mhm,
Yes,
mhm.
gourmet stuff. Even if you, it's also very easy to be vegan and vegetarian here
That's
because
one thing. That's one thing I was going to
Yeah.
mention, Cam. There's so
mhm,
many. There's two people making vegan food and legit, really
delicious,
masarap vegan food in
delicious.
Liuliwa. It's
Yes, that's Kwentong Dagat.
Pat
Yeah,
and
Pat from
Kwentong Dagat. Alex
yes,
of Kwentong Dagat.
Alex of
They're
Kwentong Dagat and Pat.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
You
Pat
know,
of
awesome.
Sunny Side Up, right? Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
interesting you mentioned vegan food because I just recently turned vegan about a month ago.
nice,
Oh,
So
really?
nice,
yeah,
Wow,
bro.
Ron,
nice.
making the
You
move.
know what?
Cool. I better come up with my cashew cheese pizza.
Yeah,
We're
you
Cashew
actually
cheese
should.
pizza.
we're actually making a vegan pizza, bro. So perfect, dude. I'm
And
glad that you did that.
like, this cashew is one of the
You,
products of
you,
Zambales.
you know what? People take for granted what they eat or their intake
That's so bad.
every day. It does make a difference in terms of how you feel.
Oh yeah,
What you put in your body makes a difference in your mental state.
How
That's
are you now?
yes.
Yeah, like
people
how
feel.
do you feel now, Ron? After a month, you've only been a month in it, and like how has it
Yeah,
been?
just over a month. It's been great because it's funny because I went from one extreme to another. I did the keto diet, the,
Mhm.
the keto diet for like 3 or 6 months, 3 to 6 months,
Oh
Wow,
and
yeah.
my, oh
you know
my.
what it is about the keto diet. It doesn't make you feel good. It's like something is missing, and then your
Because
poop
it's
Well,
not
must
if
be
you're
right.
eating,
It's not
if you're
right.
something's
drinking,
not right.
if you're drinking what do you call that? MCT oil or something?
Oh
you know,
man,
it,
yeah.
it's a very fatty
And then
diet, right? So
you end
yeah.
up too much. You end up eating too much chicharron because you think that it's a good alternative for snacks, and then but you feel weird after a while. You're
Yeah,
like,
Yeah,
yeah.
but you lost
there's
weight, right?
something wrong.
Did it help? Did it really make you lose like a lot of weight when you did
Yeah,
keto? Because I have friends and
keto. Yeah,
students who've lost tons of weight on keto.
you will
Yeah.
lose a lot of weight, but I'm not sure if it's a
I
healthy thing to do to
I don't think
sustain
it's
it
healthy at
for a
all.
long time. No,
Yeah,
no, it's not right. Because the thing about the vegan diet that people are afraid of is that they feel that they're gonna gain weight because of all the carbs that they take on because
not
you can
even
eat
that.
rice,
Exactly.
right? And
Yes.
and people, it really depends on the calorie intake. uh,
Uh
ga-
huh.
weight gain has something to do with you eating too much pasta. Like before, I remember when I started
It's
vegan
the
a year
amount.
and a half ago, and I learned how to create aglio olio. Like you,
Oh wow, that's so good, bro.
and it was so good. I would finish up an entire bowl, like a really huge
Yeah.
bowl, and I did it every day. And I noticed, like, oh no, I'm packing like 10 more pounds after a month or so.
You know what I've been you know what I just dove into right again recently. I'm doing the intermittent fasting thing, and it's been great. It's been really great, and it's
So
like
you
yeah.
would suggest instead of going full on keto, take try
Okay, admittedly,
intermittent fasting
okay,
or IF.
admittedly, this is my personal opinion on all these new diets and weight whatever nutrition programs. I think keto. I've tried keto, but like you said, I felt weird, and it just you feel like you can eat more, but like you're eating the bad fat that can actually
Mm-hmm.
raise your cholesterol level and
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes you feel dizzy or weird, and it's
Yes.
actually nakakaumay. Consider, you know what I mean. But then there was the being vegan. I could never go full on vegan because I didn't have the time to prepare all the dishes. And if you buy vegan, it's quite expensive. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, here in
That is
it
Metroville it is.
enormous.
it wasn't economical for me, and I was getting sick of just eating like
Vegetables,
salad or stir
salads.
fry. You know what I mean? So it was very difficult. Now, if I was in another country where they had affordable vegan food, then that's actually the best diet. I think that's the healthiest thing you could do, and it's actually the most environmentally sound. Like you're actually helping the environment significantly by turning vegan. But like, yeah, it's a big sacrifice, man. So I salute those people who are able to like go full on. Ron, if you can pull this off for like 6 months,
6 months.
man, saludo ako sa'yo. Kasi I've tried it eh. I lasted 3 months.
And
And
what happened to you? What
well,
happened
you
to
have to
you?
I just had nightmares of um this is serious
Uh,
stuff, guys. Dude,
sorry.
pare,
I
pare
don't
tingnan
know,
mo,
Paolo.
three,
When you talk
three,
serious, it's so funny.
3 months ako hindi kumain ng karne. And I love to eat, bro. I love to eat like, I mean, never mind lechon, never mind like steaks or whatever, but like it's really hard, like you know like okay, I love chicken, man. I love chicken adobo, and I love paella, and I love sushi, and I love burgers, once in a while, and it's something
Mm.
that it gave me nightmares. I was getting anxiety, and I would get nightmares,
Anxiety.
dude.
Because you can't eat it.
That's
Third
like the
and this is
total
the
opposite
third
of
month.
what the effect should be if you're vegan. Like,
That's right, but it was the third month, and like I was thinking, like, oh man, I'm never gonna eat paella again, and that's like my
uh,
dad's recipe. So that's like our tradition in my family, and like, like I tried like vegan paella, and it was just
Lousy.
it wasn't lousy. It just didn't give me that oomph. You know what I mean? I
you
mean,
know
if
what
I
it
could have,
was?
if like
I,
if Alex of Kwentong Dagat could just cook every day, and we could afford to pay for that kind of food every day,
It's
then I
actually
could.
cheap, Paolo. It's actually cheap. He has his frozen products now.
Yeah, well, for you and Liwa,
Vegan, vegan.
yeah.
It's cheap. Okay, but if vegan, he has like vegan caldereta. He has vegan
Y-
lasagna, and it's all.
We
It's
need we
so
need more on
cheap.
the menu, bro. We need more on the menu, dude. I'm not gonna eat caldereta for the rest of my life or that same cycle. It's
He
gotta
has a
be,
lot. He has
yeah.
a lot.
But
yeah.
like what I do now, Ron, is intermittent fasting, and that is actually the easiest, okay, because it's not as restrictive. You can actually you still have to eat healthy. Like you can't overeat because you're not gonna benefit from it. What you're doing is sort of like giving yourself 8 hours of a window a day to eat, right? So my schedule is from 12 noon to 8 p.m. I cannot
Mm.
have any form of calories between 8 p.m. to 12 noon the next day,
How
right?
long
So
you been
that's,
doing this, pal?
well, when I first tried this was a couple of years ago, and I did it for about 3 months. And it was a lot, I'd have cheat days on weekends and stuff, or once in a while, but like, yeah, it was a total lifestyle, bro. And I got really healthy, and surprisingly, like my energy levels were higher. Just
Mm.
recently now, I've been in it for about 3 weeks, and the transition phase is pretty crazy. Like I had insomnia for a week. You know what I mean? And it wasn't that I would eat a heavy meal right before 8 p.m., man, just so I could sleep. But if you don't sleep, bro, if you stay up past like 10, good luck. You're gonna be thinking about midnight snacks and stuff. So what you do is
Potato
you
chips.
you end up drinking water. You
Yeah.
end up drinking water. And then when you drink water, you can't sleep because you gotta pee every freaking 30 minutes. So medyo struggle siya. Pero afterwards, like, sasabayan mo rin ng, sasabayan mo rin ng daily exercise. Like what I like doing is either I'll do like a run around like my village, and then like ganyan, mga 30-minute run, and then another one would be like yoga, 60-minute class. So let's interchange that every day. And yeah, it's been great. I think I don't even care if I lost weight. I feel it and I see it in the mirror. Aesthetically, it's been awesome. But even like overall, dude, you know what I mean? Yeah, dude.
You know what it was that made me change all of a sudden from keto, from the keto diet
Keto too. Let me guess. Was it
vegan.
animal? Was it animal ethical treatment of animals?
No,
or
man,
something?
not at all. The thing is, during the pandemic, all we do is, if we're not working, we're watching Netflix. And
Yeah, eat.
two documentaries
Oh,
that's
yeah, I
on
can
Netflix.
guess.
What? Go ahead.
Yes.
I can guess because this is what made me. All right. What the hell? Number one.
What the hell? Correct. Ding, ding.
Yes. And then number two. Number two was the one, oh my gosh. Wait. This is the one that. What
That
was it
changed
called?
you.
Yeah, this was a heavy impact where they had like athletes and they tested them.
Yes.
They made one guy eat like
Yeah.
burritos, and then the other guy ate vegan burritos, and then they tested their blood and they showed how bad the blood was. So what was that called, bro?
Was it
Game
Paolo?
changers.
Game changers. Paolo, was it the semen count that actually
The
made
semen.
you like consider?
I was thinking the same thing, Cams. Before I even mentioned it, I was thinking, Pao's. I'm sure his
Thought
inspiration.
process.
The first thing that the first consideration was,
The semen count for
how
sure.
long can I get my thing to get up? Because
My testosterone levels have gone low because of all the soya.
that's funny because there's one test there, right? Like they were testing their boners.
Yeah, exactly. That's
That
the
was
thing
the one
that
that
came
was-
into my head.
That was the burrito
When I think
one,
of
right?
Paolo, when you think of Paolo, that's like going like, that's probably
Yeah.
what made him consider this thing.
But no, dude, like seriously, man, like I can't say no to like right now, like dude, mozzarella cheese. You know what I mean? Like
I know.
I have yet to
Mozzarella
try
cheese.
this cashew cheese alternative and stuff, but man,
It's good. I've tried it.
okay.
If done
I'll-
right,
I'll-
it's good.
Please try not to laugh so hard because this is a serious story. The first
Sorry, I'm
time
already laughing.
I went 3 months vegan, bro. Okay, and I had nightmares. Okay, and the final thing that just made me give up was I had this dream where I was just like I was completely naked in a field of grass, right? And the grass was super tall, right? Above my head. And I was walking through the grass, spreading it through the bushes of grass, and then I went into a clearing. I went into this clearing, and dude, in this clearing, it was like, whoa, like a wide open space. And there was this huge red wooden cliche American barn. You know what I mean? Like a cliche American
You were
barn. And I'm
naked?
just like, what? Where the hell am I? And it was huge. and then suddenly this enormous chicken walked straight up to me. And I was wondering, why the hell is this chicken so big, right? And then that's when I realized that in my dream, I was a miniature version of myself. I was 2 inches tall, and I had this giant chicken in front of me. And in my dream, I was naked, and the sun was so nice. I just walked through this And I just wanted to hug the chicken. I'm like, chicken, I love you. You know what it did? You know what the chicken did? The chicken tried to eat me and kept on pecking me, and I could, dude. It was so traumatic. I woke up and my body was still shaking from being pecked by the chicken. You know what I mean? So
that's kind of sad, man.
Seriously, the realization I had was like, dude, that chicken that we worry about, that we saw in the PETA videos, I feel so sad for them and whatever, but those guys are predators. Those guys are actually dinosaurs. You know what I mean? They're actually small dinosaurs. And if they were bigger, they would eat us, bro. So that's sort of shit.
So
It's
sort of
funny.
chickens.
Paolo, it's funny. It may be funny to. I'm sure Cam enjoys. She's very amused by your story.
It's my Paolo. I mean, that's
huge
just
ass,
you made me.
huge-
Yeah, you
huge
made
ass
me
chicken
imagine.
attacking
No,
Paolo.
it's the fact that he's naked and he's just putting things in my head.
No,
Imagining
I
things.
should have left that out.
I mean,
forgot to
left
talk to
that
Cam.
out.
I should have left
but-
that out. Yeah.
But seriously, bro, I mean, your dreams talk to you in a way that you cannot take it for granted. I remember one time when I was in my biggest unhealthy point in my life. I was like more than 200 pounds, and I had a dream one night that I was playing football.
Please tell me you're not naked. Okay.
No,
Please
I
tell me
wasn't
you're
naked. Cam, I wasn't naked.
Thank you.
I was in this beautiful football pitch, and I was
Okay.
playing football, and you can almost feel the sensation of the wind and the smell of the grass. And when I woke up, I went like, man, what did that mean? Because it was so vivid. And then the
Yeah.
next day, I saw a friend, and then the first thing he asked me, "Hey, dude, we're playing football in San Agustin. You want to join us?" I'm like, what?
Jump to the future.
dude, that's
it's-
cool.
You know what? After that,
That's really cool.
when he asked me to play football with them, the first thing I did was I quit smoking, and then I started playing football, and I never stopped for almost 12 straight years, and
That's
until
so
the
solid,
pandemic.
man.
It's solid, bro. I mean, you can't take things for granted. When you dream
Well,
about it, you should.
you know what
pay attention.
happened after my dream? I woke up and I was just really pissed off at chicken.
You ate the chicken.
So you ate
And
chicken. You ordered
I went
KFC.
to
First-
KFC, bro, and I ordered a zinger, man. I ordered a zinger, and you know what happened after I ate the zinger? I had the worst stomach ache ever, dude.
The chicken still got you.
Yeah. Because I hadn't had
man.
meat at all. I didn't eat anything with a face for 3 months, right? About 3 months, and then I had that, and it really, I paid for it. I paid for it, man. But to be honest, dude, to be honest, I still eat a lot of vegan dishes every day. I mean, not every day per se, but it's always available here at home because I love to cook, and I always prep. Like I always have like this thing called Happy Bibimbap, which is basically a bibimbap without any
Bibimbap.
meat. I eat like a lot of vegan dishes, dude. Even pasta's vegan, right? So if it's like a pomodoro, if it's a pomodoro pasta, that's super sarap, man. It's one
There's
of
a
my favorite
caveat
comfort foods.
when you go vegan. You can't eat, as much as possible. Prevent yourself from eating processed food. So, is pasta processed?
Well, I mean, do you want me to make the pasta from flour? I think
Yes, you can though, Paolo.
I hope that
Yeah.
the way they
We
dehydrate.
tried that here,
I'm not gonna do that every day, bro. It's bad enough for me that I have to wait 9 minutes.
It's taxing.
I know, right? Cams, I'm just curious.
Yes.
Renee here is your friend, right? But she
Yes,
said, I want that life so bad. So she's not in Zambales. Is she in Metro Manila right now?
Yes, she is. She's in
Oh,
Metro
she
Manila.
is.
She's a DJ, right?
She's
Renee's
a great
DJ.
DJ. Yeah, Renee's a great DJ. She's one of my favorite DJs.
What's the radio
I don't
station?
know what. No. She plays the
House
turntables and
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called.
Ah, okay.
What is it called?
I think she's got an eclectic vibe, but I know that she plays house mostly. and she plays in
Yeah.
like the popular bars in
She does play now for the online radio of what's that place? Sea Hostel. Sea Hostel.
Oh, cool!
I
I'm
know
wearing
that.
the Z.
Sea
I'm wearing the Z Hostel shirt. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
do you
I
have
don't
So
know
like,
why
there.
she's not here
do they
yet.
stream every day? Is it like 24/7? You're on
Me?
24/7 online?
I'm, are
No,
you asking
the
me?
this online radio station that
Um.
Renee works for.
No, I think
No,
I
Z
think
Z
I think that's
Hostel.
schedules. I think
Yeah,
that's
I
schedules.
think that's like episode per episode. They do live,
Oh,
but
per
it's like
episode.
I think it's
Okay.
Right.
once a week. I think. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah.
Let
Yeah.
me just say hello to Don Pelonio. Thank you so much for watching.
Hi,
And
Don.
Dominic Solpico has a question. Do you guys think that provinces are better off without developing their own urban centers?
That's a good one.
Hmm.
Look at Paolo getting
Yeah, because
stumped. Look
I
at
can't imagine Zambales all of a sudden you have like a the town center becomes like a Makati. Will that
Oh,
will
I
that
think
ruin the
I
vibe?
think yeah, it will I don't
yes.
it's definitely gonna ruin the vibe. Okay, let me give you an example of
Right.
provinces that developed, okay? A perfect example is
Cebu?
Batangas, right?
Batangas.
Batangas.
Okay.
Diba? Because
Yeah.
from Manila, you know what I mean, people started going to the beach in Batangas and developers started developing the places there eventually it became high end. Like you have Tali Beach, diba? You
Mm.
have
Mm,
Matabungkay, you have all these developed, especially now Pico de Loro in Hamilo Coast, right? So and if you go there, it still has that provincial vibe, but you have these establishments. You know what I mean? Batangas is still a province, so and Batangas has a lot of money because of this
mm,
development. You know what I mean? So
Mm.
there's
Mm.
there still is a balance, bro. I mean, you know what I mean? Although Batangas is a city already, it still has that provincial vibe. You don't have the pollution of the city. You don't have the congestion of Manila. You know what I mean? It's not it's I totally get what Dominic
Dominic.
was saying. Like that's one thing we want to prevent. No, like we don't want it to become overdeveloped. You know what I'm saying? But like
Right.
especially like places like Siargao and especially places like those, the development there is going crazy. And what I like is the people who actually it may sound ironic, but like the very people who decided to relocate there are the ones trying to protect it from this kind of overdevelopment. You know what I mean?
Mm. Mm.
What I like about Liu Liwa in Zambales is everybody who's there loves the place for what it is, and what
Yep.
it is all the architecture is very native. You know what I mean? You can have concrete walls. There's a very beautiful hotel called Surface Liwa Beach Resort, right? And it's big, it's raised, it's high, white concrete, but all their roofs are grass huts. What do you call it? Kogon, right?
Mm.
And so what's nice about how some places are getting developed in the Philippines is people are maintaining that rustic vibe, that rustic architecture, and that rustic, lifestyle. But like I think it'll be decades. I mean, siguro another. I wouldn't be surprised maybe 5 years if we ever see a Jollibee in San Felipe town proper. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah,
yeah, but
because
like,
we can always go to the next town anyways to
yeah.
get the Jollibee, so it's not
Yeah.
really a problem.
So in
But
terms
yeah.
of like, so the question is us, do you have to be clear about the question? What is your, better definition of being better off? What does better off mean? Is better off a sense that, you just want to maintain this urban kind of like atmosphere, or is better off, in the economic sense of it, like, maybe better off means there's more money for the people in the province. You know what I mean? Like people are going to have better education. There's going to be more opportunities for them to progress. You know what I mean? Or will it? That's basically what I try to understand that from that question, Dominic. She also said something about pasta sometimes has eggs, so not always vegan. Yeah, the instant the basic spaghetti that doesn't have egg in it, right?
It does.
Does it have egg?
You cook the pasta. You make pasta with egg.
Oh,
Oh
see,
my
man, all the more I can't be vegan, bro. I can't even eat spaghetti, dude.
Here's something I wonder about. I mean, do you think it's true that there are more poor people in the province? That's the reason why some or most of them move to Metro Manila, because there aren't that many opportunities. in the
Um,
province? I mean, based
no,
on your
that's a
experience.
that's a misconception. It's like I think what happens is you're balancing quality of life versus cost of living. You know what I mean? Like it's basically like if you're in the province, you will make less money. There's less opportunity for work. But if you are, you know what I mean, if you're hardworking, you'll find a way. You know what I mean? You'll get involved in what thrives in the province. There's farming, agriculture. You know, those are the number one things. You could do almost anything, but unfortunately, like that's not for some people. That's not enough. Like you will have, you'll seek opportunity in the city, and if you are educated enough, you'll definitely find better work in the city with higher salary. You know what I mean? So that's something that that also goes down now to what level of society you're in, Ron. So if you're like on the lower C and below sectors, you're gonna end up really struggling in the city, dude. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah, I want to sort of like concretize the idea of living or comparing living in the province and vis-a-vis Metro Manila. Like if you're earning say 100K here in Metro Manila, obviously that's a lot of money. You can buy a lot of stuff with 100K a month. You can probably rent to own a nice condominium in Metro Manila, and then buy a car if you're earning that much. But the question is the stress level of having to maintain that lifestyle, as opposed to going to the province and earning a lot less than that, probably 25% of what you're earning in Metro Manila. But will it be more satisfying or healthier for that matter, right?
Yes.
So
yes,
yes, Cam
absolutely,
says
man.
yes.
Very
Abs- abs-
satisfying.
That's the thing. That's the thing. So if you put it at that level, if you're not in like if you're not in the seed sector, you won't end up in a squatters area. You know what I mean? And that's like the worst case scenario for anyone who is alive today. The worst thing to be is to be stuck in a slum, drug infested slum with, you know what I mean? Just the worst living conditions ever. I'd rather be a fisherman who could live literally off my catch in the ocean
Right.
and
I-
live right by the beach. You know what I mean? So like simpler lifestyle and stuff. Now, if you bring it up a notch, Ron, like if you have an education, you have a college degree. If you're not an entrepreneur or you're not able to, there's definitely more job opportunities in the city. You know what I mean? But like, what's beautiful now is that's changing. You know what I mean? So
Oh
because of
yeah.
the internet, the call center industry is making a huge shift also now, right? Because you know now technology is picking up, and it can actually transition into a work from home setup. So your
Mm.
agents don't necessarily have to be in the office.
Most
So
most of the people that have transferred here long term are from the call center industries, Paulo. So they are already at work from home call center agents.
Mm.
So that's why they decided right away, oh,
mhm.
I don't have to be in the city. I can go and live in here at the
Yeah.
beach and, just have that great balance. Because like, for me, like, for example, I do work for long hours in front of my computer, but it's not that hard for me to take a quick break. And like in 5 minutes, I'm at the ocean. I take a swim during my lunch break, and I come back. I take a shower, and I come back, and I'm fresh. You know, so
That's the dream, man.
it's a
That's the
that
dream.
balance. It's a great balance.
Is it
Yeah.
expensive to buy a beachfront property in Zambales?
No,
Not yet now.
that's a good
It's
question, Ron. That's a really good question, bro. And you know what's funny? This is
What?
what's funny. So we're in that. I'm in sort of like kind of involved in that right now. Okay.
Okay.
Um, what's nice about since the pandemic, prices of property, particularly in Zambales, have shot up a lot, dude,
yeah,
because everybody started buying.
wants to buy, right?
Now, I mentioned earlier how that happened in the long ago in the late 70s and early 80s, where people started developing places in Batangas, right?
Mm.
Now, how much is property in Batangas, dude? You'll be lucky to find a home under 20 million, 30 million pesos
Yeah,
in
it's
Tali.
true.
You know what I'm saying? And
Bali
it's
could be
actually
quite one of the
luxury
places.
homes. You know what I mean? And what's happening in Zambales is this is another close beach, it's, if you ask me, no offense to all the Batangueños out there, but the beaches in Zambales, because of Mount Pinatubo, are so much more beautiful and more, like compared to like other areas in the Philippines. And development is starting, man. And all the way up to, I mentioned the towns earlier. We had San Antonio, the southernmost town. Then you go up to San Narciso with Crystal Beach, San Felipe with Liuliwa. Then there's Cabangan, a new contender, bro.
And
Cabangan is more
Sindol
high
too.
end. Yeah, so Cabangan is more high end, like meaning boutique resorts or bigger resorts with better amenities, more, the higher end. And then if you go to Botolan, you have what is probably, in my opinion, the most freaking awesome and beautiful resort in the country right now. It's called Sundowners. Okay, so it's happening, bro. And yeah, if you want to buy land, I know this is what everybody says. You better buy now,
By now.
because we
Yes.
actually thought the property
That's very
value.
true.
We actually thought our property value would dive down during the pandemic,
Yeah.
and the opposite happened because I personally got maybe 3 phone calls from different people asking for properties to invest in because everybody now wants to bug out of Metro Manila.
Yeah.
And it's now is the time to invest. And what's nice about these properties is I saw it happen even before this pandemic stuff. I saw it happen in Siargao. We were able to buy property in Siargao at 300 pesos a square meter in 1999. That same property is now valued at 25,000 pesos per square meter.
Holy shit.
In San Juan La Union, which is also, San Juan has always been like a city. I mean, next to the city of San Fernando, right? So the main surfing beach, Urbistondo, Barangay Urbistondo in San Juan La Union. And I remember the property right in front was about 8,000 a square meter. And now that's 25,000 pesos a square meter. Okay, so in Zambales, I remember the day in Liwa when that was around the hundreds of pesos per square meter. Now it's in the thousands. I'm not going to shout out any numbers right now, but
So we shout it out?
if you guys want to invest, there's a group in Zambales. My business partners have really dived into this. You know what I mean? Of course, Ron, one of the things about pulling an entrepreneur out of Manila and placing him in the urban setup,
So many
he's gonna
opportunities.
find ways. They're gonna find ways how to make money in the province, and one of the best ways to do it is actually through real estate. And whether you're selling real estate for people or you're finding developers to develop real estate, it's one of the best businesses. It's basically just as good and safer to invest in real estate than it is to invest in Bitcoin, bro. So you know what I mean?
Yeah, of
Like
course.
Up for debate.
you have physical land. You have physical land there that belongs to you forever. Until you sell it, and you can choose to develop that land or just hang on to it and sell it and get super rich, just like a lot of the locals who are my friends in Siargao. You know what I mean? So
Well,
it's
first of all,
happening to Zambales.
Well, first of all, Paolo, the dream has always been a house by the beach, a beautiful woman,
course.
and a house by the beach, right?
That's always been the dream, man. I think
I don't
it's
know,
every
mine's
man's dream.
different. My dream's totally different.
Okay, what's your dream, Cams? Go share it. Come on, what you?
Oh, not
Yeah,
a
what's
woman.
yours, Cam? Not a woman, of course, obviously.
I think that's the difference, right? I guess that's the main difference.
That's major difference, Paolo. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
But yeah, so Ron, like, if there's people there, especially check this out. What I noticed also about Zambales, I mentioned earlier that we decided, look, guys, we have no choice. Me and my business partners, we have this restaurant. We serve legit brick oven pizza. What are we gonna do? They just choked access from our main target market from Metro Manila. We've got zero tourists. In Zambales, resorts aren't even allowed to accept guests who are not from Zambales. Okay, so you if you're in Manila, you can't even check into a resort in Zambales. Now, what do we do, right? So what we did, we used to be a resort, so we decided, forget that. Let's just become a restaurant. We only have 4 rooms anyway. We have like 3 cubos, total of 4 rooms. So we're like, dude, we're not even really a resort. We only have 4 rooms. We're more of a restaurant, an events place, So we decided, let's focus on that. Then the pandemic hits us. and we can't do anything. So now we decided, guys, there's a local market. Let's try our best to hit this local market. And man, dude, they exist, and boom, So like, Cams is there. Cams, you're also planning to put up a business of your own, right?
Yeah, I already did. It's already operational. So we're
What is
working
it?
with the resorts, a cleaning business. It's needed. I have a steamer and I do deep cleaning, for all the resorts. So that's
So
what I do because I'm the only one here right
So
now that does that.
are you employing locals
Yes,
yeah.
for your
definitely.
So
business?
so
Yes,
and
I
guess
have a
and
staff.
guess and Ron, this is like it's not cheap for Zambales standards, bro. These services, even our pizza, is not cheap for Zambales standards. But the locals, they're buying it. They have the money for it because they save more
Yeah,
money, and they're actually enjoying these products. I mean, being the only ones available there also. And you know what else, Ron? They have money because a lot of them are OFWs. They're supported by
right.
families that have moved to the United States. And I found this out personally by deep diving into, like, when I was doing marketing, finding out who my customers, spying and on their Facebook pages, you know what I mean? And seeing that a lot of them were actually part of the U.S. Department of Defense, soldiers, many soldiers, and they've been there since the 90s. And that's why, Cams, if you go around town in Zambales, ang daming malalaking bahay.
Yes, yes,
So,
I saw them already. We're
and then,
already talking to a lot of them.
yeah, and then, going together with, like, what Bongo's doing, right? Like, move out of Manila, right? Go to the province. Now,
Balik probinsya.
What do OFWs like to do? They want to get their hard-earned money and invest back in their country. So where do they usually invest? They invest in condos in Metro Manila. All right? That's why there's so many condos, man, because these are being sold to OFWs. And that's what it's a good investment. You have sort of like a property, right? Although a condo contract only lasts how many decades,
50
correct?
years, I think.
50 years.
Yeah.
The longest is 50 years. Yeah,
So there's
that's
still an
it.
expiry date on these investments. Where instead of doing that, if you guys are OFWs and you want to make a
Buy
lot of
land.
money,
Buy
buy land in
land.
your
Thailand.
hometown. Buy
Yeah.
land in your hometown and develop it. You know what I mean? So there you go.
It's perfect
That's
because Cam, Pao,
Yeah.
most of our viewers here on Istoryang Futbolero are OFWs. That's
yeah.
Oh,
why
really?
we start the program by greeting some of them good morning or good afternoon, because this is their gateway to the Philippines. If they're homesick, they listen to Istoryang Futbolero and they get to hear these
Kamusta
good
lahat
news.
kayo? Kamusta yun naman natin lahat ng mga OFWs na nanonood, guys, from whatever country. I guess it's good morning, right, to you guys right now.
Good
So
morning
Mostly.
if you're in the Middle East. It's probably good morning, and it's like good morning as well if you're from. Hold on a second. Let me.
United States, definitely, right?
United
Like,
States, definitely. It's almost
Yes.
noon. East.
Yes.
If you're East Coast, it's like 11:37 in the morning in the East Coast,
yeah.
and then West Coast, it's like nine in the morning. So
Yeah,
good
so
morning
hi to
to.
all of you guys, man. And like, sure you guys are all homesick, but pag-uwi nyo sa yung mga taga Zambales diyan, pag-uwi nyo sa Zambales, wag na lang kayo magulat kung marami ng mga taga Manila ang lumipat doon dahil po sa amin 'yon, sorry. But yeah.
Yeah, but if you still have family here in the Philippines, the first thing, the prudent thing to do, the wise thing to do, is to get some money to invest in some of these properties that you mentioned, especially in Zambales. If Zambales is the place to be, this is up north, right? So go
Yeah.
check it
Yeah.
out.
Northwest. Yeah.
And so, like, my partners, what's crazy, Ron, is these guys, I got shocked. Wala pa silang 1 month sa Zambales. Bumalik na sila sa akin at may listahan na sila, more than 20 properties, different sizes, shapes, condition, titled ba, ganyan. So, yan yung mangyayari talaga pag mga business-minded yung mga lumipat dyan sa probinsya. Maghanap talaga ng paraan, di ba? And,
They work fast.
even Cams has a few things up her sleeve that she's not willing to share because, she's got her own plans. So, it's...
My plan
Yeah.
is to just.
Yeah,
I thought about this. Ron. I said, like, I could buy land. I could develop a resort. I could, just, basically go that route, or, also offer food. But then I thought that maybe I would compete with my friends. Never mind. I'll just make a little bit from all of them. So I decided on the cleaning business, which they all need.
Yeah.
Smart, very smart.
Yes, that's
Before we go, let me just greet some of our viewers. No, so like Carmelita Masalunga, thank you so much for watching.
Hi,
Estrada
Carmelita.
Futbolero.
Yeah.
And let's thank Dominic for joining the discussion here. Si Jess, also si Renee. Is Renee still there? Renee,
I
don't
hope she
worry. I
is.
mean, I hope we were able to convince you that the right thing to do right now is to move. Drop everything. BI, you know. Tapos, si Edison, thank you so much for watching. Si
Drop
Christina,
everything now.
yeah. Cams would love your company. I mean,
Oh yeah, for sure.
do you have like friends, Cams, that you were able to convince to move to Zambales?
There's a
After
lot
you-
already. Yes,
Yeah,
There are a
a
lot
lot.
of friends.
How long have you been in Zambales? How long since you moved into your
Sorry.
house?
I came back here last week of January, so it's not that long. Actually, I've only
Yeah.
been here for about 3 months, maybe
And
going on my fourth.
and would you say like how many people do you think have relocated now just to like San Felipe from Manila? Like in that
From
span
Manila?
of time?
In that
From
span
the
of
st-
time.
yeah, from the beginning of the year. How many new people moved in, would you say?
There's already 10 that I know of, and they're my
There
friends.
you go.
Yeah, 10.
There you go. See? There you go, man.
So it's not gonna take what you're guaranteeing here. If we have viewers who are seriously considering moving to the province, it may not be Zambales. You know, I'm sure you have
Hmm.
Yeah,
other
other
places
places,
that
yeah.
Well, yeah.
you know,
I
place
have
of
a formula.
origin might be
Yeah.
a different. What's your formula, Pao? Please do
Okay.
give them some tips.
So in the beginning when I was like in my whole complete like I'm a surfer dude mode stereotype, like surfing is meaning of life. Nobody actually took me seriously when I said, you guys might want to invest in places like Siargao, La Union,
Yeah,
Baler,
yeah.
uh, Zambales, especially now. Now, what's happening, Ron, is look at like the last 10 years and look at these places I just mentioned. Look what happened in Siargao. That's number one right now. Look what happened in La Union, dude. Look what happened in Baler, diba? I'm telling you guys, Zambales is one of those things that I don't understand why the surfing map didn't hit it right away. But like now it's hit it. And just looking at Liwa on its own, when we bought the property and started building in 2016, Ron, I think there was about 15 resorts on that beach. And today, I think there's more than maybe close to 50 resorts, right?
Yeah, that's
And
true.
it's developing the whole
Wow.
stretch. Yeah. And so if you guys are watching, save nyo na lang tong video na to, tapos buksan mo ulit in 5 years. Kasi sasabihin ko sa inyo, in 5 years, yung lupa will be more than triple the value because it happened in Siargao, it happened in La Union, now it's happening in Zambales. Yung lupa guaranteed will be triple the value for sure. That's why I'm confident to say it's like Bitcoin, di ba? Kasi siguradong aakyat. And yeah, you'll see a lot more development. What's nice is you're gonna have a lot of classy places. The good thing about like what happened to the pandemic is like people are being forced out of Manila. People with money are being forced out of Manila, and they're the ones that are building the nice, classy places in Cabangan and even in Liwa. There's a lot of really nice developments in Liwa, and that's gonna just continue to happen. There's gonna be what you call surges, yung biglaan ng development, and yan yung talagang inaabangan namin before the pandemic. Like, alam namin mangyayari dapat siya ngayon 2020. Ngayon, you'll be surprised, man, because when I went back to Liwa, like last week or 2 weeks ago, I saw new development there. New development. A place called Bali sa Liwa is happening. Like, dude, and it's
Really
going
nice.
That's crazy.
So that's the formula, guys.
Yes,
Kung may surf spot sa inyo na maganda, miski saan ka pa sa Pilipinas, pera yan. Okay? May pera dyan. So that's one formula that I have. Location is very important. Kung mas malapit ka sa mga lungsod, di ba? Kung malapit ka sa Manila, maganda rin. Sigurado rin kumbaga may tourist influx ka. So yeah. Cool.
Which is what Zambales is actually. It's just 3 hours, 4 hours max from Manila. So it's an easy drive to go to. Yeah.
Now La Union, it's like La Union is
Yep.
like 200 plus kilometers, but dude, because of T-Plex, it takes 3 hours to get to Agoo, and it takes 4.5 hours to get to San Juan. So, you know what I mean? It's
And Pao in camps, I think because of the build program of the government and
Yes.
so much infrastructure, so much investment is on infrastructure right now. Traveling from one place to another outside Metro Manila is a lot easier, especially here in Luzon. So imagine 5 years down the line, I'm sure Paolo's right. Like the value of the property that you will invest in will be will be so much
Triple.
higher.
yeah. Ganito na lang, Rod. Miski ako, I was supposed I was supposed to buy a condo in Manila, and I scratched that, bro. I scratched that, and I'm going to use the money to invest in land in Zambales, actually. So
Perfect, brother.
yeah, that's
Just
the
as
plan.
just as long as you make sure that you reserve a room for me if ever I do come visit you in Zambales, brother.
Well, Cams has a 3-bedroom house,
I
so
have
that's
3
where we're
rooms.
going.
All right.
I do have 3 rooms. I'm not even using all this.
I
Hey,
gotta
Ron.
see this.
Ron, I'm gonna take this seriously, and Cams, let's work together with Ron and bring his butt over to Zambales.
Zambales. Okay.
Bring the show. Let's bring the show over to Zambales.
Yeah, let's vlog
All right,
over
yeah,
at
let's do
in
that. Yeah.
Zambales, and let's see if I'm sure it's no different if we did vlog in Zambales.
Yeah.
But
And you know what, Ron? You know what? I'm
Just-
excited to show you. And you, Liwa.
Just a nicer
During the-
background.
during the pandemic, some people from Manila got the local surfers together and formed their own liga and their own football club, bro.
Football
yeah?
club, yeah. Now
Oh,
there's
yeah.
football happening here.
Oh
There's
no!
It's also Ron. There's also jiu-jitsu also here now.
Ron, they play football every sunset, every day, man.
Every
It's-
day.
Oh my god!
They're getting
That's the
so
line.
good. Getting
Yeah.
so good at it too, yeah. They're
Don't worry.
winning. They're winning leagues and stuff. It's really cool.
I'm gonna pencil some dates.
Yeah, it's
What's
called.
your also,
it's-
Ron?
if you want to check it out, guys, the Instagram account is Liwa
Yes.
FC Zambales.
Right.
Liwa FC Zambales. So you'll see that, dude. Yeah.
There's also ultimate frisbee here now too, Paul.
Yeah, I heard they're doing ultimate frisbee.
They're
I-
also,
Yeah, sounds so
So
much
the-
fun.
and they already, I think they played against the UP frisbee team or something like that.
yeah, and they recruited
it's
2
like
kids,
starting-
right?
Yeah.
UP recruited 2 kids for
Yeah,
for scholarship. right?
Yeah, that's right.
See,
so it's
it's really
So much is
because,
happening in Zambales. It would appear.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I just want to say also good. Well, is it good afternoon in Germany?
Germany?
Corazon Tanya Schleider watching from Germany. Guten Abend
Wow.
an all.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for watching.
Hi.
This is a great tip for anybody who's watching who's a OFW and you have money to burn or you have some savings.
You're looking to invest.
in property. Yes,
Invest in
this is
property.
the best time because if that train from Olongapo to I think
Yeah, there's a
There's
train.
this-
Duterte's building a train, man, right? From
right.
from Manila to
Watching
like
from Kuwait. Hi.
from Manila to Olongapo. So if that comes to fruition, if that happens, I can imagine people can live in the
yeah.
outskirts or even as far as Olongapo and still working in Manila. And I think because of this pandemic, the idea of working from home will be, I guess, more feasible for a lot of companies, and that's going to play a part in how
Yeah.
things will be set up. And
Yeah,
Cam,
and-
you are smart enough, way ahead than everyone else to have really thought that, to have come to this conclusion that I should be, working in Zambales, leaving Metro Manila behind without any second thought.
No second thoughts whatsoever. If anyone decided to convince me otherwise, it would have been a flat out no. I was really decided. I was going to move here and live here. Yeah.
Yan yung importante dito, Ron. Maraming mga taga Manila na pumuntang probinsya, 'di ba? Lumipat ng San Juan, La Union, lumipat ng Zambales. And I bet you like at least 50% of those people aren't going back to the city. Once you taste the life of the province, hindi mo na kakayanin yung bumalik sa lungsod, dude. For real, yeah.
Ron, just to let you know, I haven't worn shoes in 4 months. It's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah.
No heels, nothing.
That's so true for people I know who have lived in Boracay for almost 5 years. They tell me I haven't worn shoes for 5 years.
I don't understand why.
Can I make a shout out? You mentioned Ron, people who lived in Boracay. I know 2 people who you might know, Shannon and Brando.
They're in Zambales. They're in Zambales right now.
They now live in Cabangan, Zambales, the place I said that's all posh with boutique hotels, and they own the best one in Zambales. In
That's crazy, man.
It's called the Secret Spots Zambales, dude.
That's
so
right.
So check out the Facebook. Right. And they're there. They're our barcada there now, man. So yeah. Shout out to you guys. Shout out.
Great. Before we leave, the most important thing that we should remember is if you do live in the province, support your local business. Because right now, that's the only way they can survive. So if you do that, then it'll be a lot easier for our businesses to thrive in this pandemic.
Can I say something also?
Sure.
I've been wanting to cut Paolo short, but he talks a lot. It's hard. We're good friends. I can say that.
It's all yours, Cams.
I just wanted to say for those people that are considering moving here to Zambales and are scared, maybe because they don't have anybody here or people that are like family, or maybe they're scared that they might not survive here. Don't be, because that was the first thing also that came into my head. But this is the place wherein I saw community working with each other, and working for each other. I have not gone hungry yet, even though, let's say, for the first 2 months, my projects are still not coming, I was still financially unstable in my first 2 months here. I just get food delivered to me by people. They just hey, have you eaten? I'm like, no, not yet. Just here, come eat with us. So it's really just community is still very much a thing in provinces. And I think that's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my whole entire life. Because you don't get that in Manila anymore. Very rarely, very rare. Maybe just a few friends here and there. But here it's the whole community. It's the whole neighborhood, watching out for you, watching out for you.
You can't even ask for a tomato from your neighbor without getting
I could.
No, in Manila.
In Manila, Manila, you get charged for everything, for every step that you make. Here, I just got a huge bag of sincamas and a crate of tomatoes. I don't know what to do with it, so I just ended up giving it away anyways. It's it's amazing. I think this is the place where I felt really, everybody's going abundance. This is abundance. I think this is what it is. You don't need the money to actually be able to get the things that you need to survive. So you don't really need a lot. That's the point. Yeah.
And one question I forgot though to ask you, Pao and Cams, because I'm sure any single person, single guy or gal who's listening to this vlog, they would be very much encouraged to move to the province, given the fact that there's so much positive vibe. Just talking about it. But how about the ones who have families? Can you raise a kid in the province? Are there good schools there? Education won't be a problem?
You see, the schools right now
here's the thing. If
online.
you're going to talk about education, bro, education's online, man.
Exactly. So you can actually enroll yourself in very good schools online. And I think since I have kids, and they're both in online schools now. They're both studying from home, and man, they enjoy themselves more. They don't even want to go back to an actual physical school anymore.
Are you serious?
Because they could actually balance their time. So early on, the kids are now being taught how to balance time and time management, and discipline on their own. Yeah, so I really prefer it, and I like the fact that I see my kids, and there's no pressure anymore of waking up early. There's no pressure of going through the traffic. There's no stress anymore, even for the parents. Yes, so it's just more.
And then Ron, what you were saying also, I like what Cam said. Like for those people who are scared that they might not know people, or they might have difficulty with meeting friends. But not only is Cam's talking about the local community, but also the community that moved there is one like big giant barkada right now, and one family. They're helping each other out, especially in places like Liuliwa, where you have so many establishments and people who just move there, they become part of this tribe. I think it also happens in other places like La Union and Siargao. So you become part of this tribe, you meet new friends, and if you're talking about single people, best place to fall in love is right next to the ocean, right? So, you know what
it's
I mean?
dangerous.
So if you're single and ready to mingle,
and then Ron,
Zambales
you were trying to ask Cam. I told you that she was a night owl. She liked going out to bars and stuff in Makati, and like, does she miss that? But the thing is, Ron, you also have that in Zambales, and it's like what's great. And what's great is it ends early too. You know what I mean? Like you're done by 10 p.m. You guys are yawning by 10 p.m. Poker night starts at 8 p.m. And then everybody in the community does something
different. Oh wait, everything starts at sunset here.
Sunset.
Sunset. Yeah.
Everybody's in the beach at sunset.
At sunset, yes. It's a sacred thing here.
That is so interesting. Beautiful testimonies coming from the two of you. Thank you so much, Paolo and Cams. I hope you guys can come in again and join Istoryang Futbolero. I know Paolo's setting up his own blog, but in the meantime, feel free to join me, Paolo.
Definitely. And we'll definitely hit you up. I think Cams would like to do that, right?
Sure. Feel free to join us, Cams.
Nice
You'll see the evolution of... You'll see the evolution of the quality of my production design.
I know, it's amazing. Ron, can I just like make a request, please? If ever you do have me back and Paolo at the same time, could you give like a bell thing to just stop him from talking after some time? It's like I've been trying to I want to say something.
Give me like a timer. Like a timer. Like my allowance.
You give chance to others, Paolo.
Sorry. That's why I have to have my own show one day, so I can just...
Yes. If you have your own show and you have guests, they'll just be watching you and laughing at the whole time.
Yeah. I'll have like 10 guests, but they'll all be on mute.
There should be like a sound that will make Paolo stop talking.
Should work.
See, I have that too. I have that box.
You do?
Oh my gosh. Anyway. But seriously speaking, it's been fun. I really, really enjoyed this. Thank you for the invite, Paolo. Thank you, Ron, for allowing me to be here too in your vlog. This is awesome.
And one day, Ron, we'll set that. Okay, we'll bring you over to. We'll go together to Zambales. Let's visit Cam and let's do an episode there, bro. Okay.
Yep.
I'm there, bro. I'm there. Let's do that after things get better. If once we get everyone vaccinated, or not everyone, but at least majority of the Filipinos vaccinated, I'm sure things will get better.
Yeah, for sure.
On that note,
it's okay, Ron. It's okay. I have a steamer. I'll just steam you every day.
You'll steam me every day. Just a quick reminder, though, for those of you who are watching Istoryang Futbolero, we can't end the show without reminding you that the pandemic is not over. So make sure to remember the important guidelines from the DOH, which is hugas, iwas, and parating magmask. Okay? Kasi hindi pa tapos. And don't stop listening or sharing fake news. Make sure to get the right information when it comes to anything that you get online. Diba,
Huwag matakot magpabakuna. Huwag matakot
magpabakuna. Diba?
Okay.
Huwag maging kontrabida.
Oh. All right, Ron. Go close it, bro.
Thank you so much, guys. You guys have a good one. I'll catch you again same time tomorrow. Maybe we'll have Orion Perez Dumdum for our Constipation Friday, which talks about the Constitution. Cams, just in case you didn't know.
I thought they really were going to talk about constipation. I was like, what? Sorry.
Most of the time, Cams, we talk about politics here. Anything that is difficult to discuss, we always discuss here. And Paolo enjoys that so much. But right now, we wanted something light. And we're glad that we have you to talk
Thank you.
about
To
Zambales,
lighten.
to lighten up the mood.
Thank you.
But
Yes, thank
you're
you.
more than welcome to come back here on Istoryang Futbolero. It's
Thank you
always
so
great
much. Thank
to have such a very positive person come in with that smile, and then Paolo's
you.
crazy
Yeah,
nightmares and.
crazy dream.
No, I'm not
see?
gonna stop thinking about that huge ass chicken he mentioned earlier.
Watch out. You're 1 month into it, man.
It's naked. Oh my gosh.
All right, good night, guys. Thank you for watching Story
Thank
Futbolero.
you, Ron.
Good
Thank
night,
you.
guys. Good night,
Good night.
mga
See ya.
kababayan. Good night.